Today I'm going to be showing you the extended highlights of one of the craziest matches I've played in a UTR Pro event. This match was over 3 hours long against a college player who played at the Florida Gators when they won the NCAA championship. He's also ranked around 800 in the world. He's also around a 13.2 UTR. If you want to watch the full video about this UTR event, the vlog and all of the other matches I played, I'll leave a link down in the description to our main channel where you can go and check it out. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Yes guys, so welcome to the extended highlights version of my match against Josh Goodger, a player who played for the Florida Gators, won the NCAA team championships in the same team as Ben Shelton. Currently sitting around 13.15 UTR, as high as 800 in the world, I believe this year. And this was my first match in my most recent UTR Pro event, which you can watch the full video on the main channel if you want to see how the whole event went. Definitely a fun experience playing such a highly ranked player in the first round. Just switched to my new rackets. I've added some weight onto it. I've changed the grip size. I've also changed the tension, which I'm releasing a video on my second channel, link in the description about that and all of the changes I made if you're interested. And here, or on this channel actually, and here I'm going to be talking about what I was thinking during this match, some of the more intricate moments that I didn't manage to mention on the main channel. You can see me here already in an absolute battle, him locking me into that backhand side right at the beginning of this match. The first few games were actually kind of almost 5 to 10 minutes per game, so there was a lot of a huge battle to begin this match. And as you can see, putting that backhand cross, making a good call there to try and take him off the court, and yeah, being nice and aggressive with that forehand to really try and dominate and assert my game on him. I think a lot of the time that's the way that I get the best tennis out of myself. That kind of grindy baseline game can win me points, but I usually win the points in the tight moments by being aggressive. I've got to stick to that at all times. You can see me here breaking him to love, which I was quite surprised about, to be honest. He gave me 1 or 2 cheap points, but I'll definitely take it. I knew that this game, to consolidate the break early on, was going to be crucial to try and run away with the momentum slightly. Mixing in that slice every now and again was also super key, because it meant just changing the pace, as he liked to kind of have one tempo, one rhythm quite a lot. And as you can see, him eventually breaking down, me acing him for the 3-1 lead in this match.
And quickly guys, this is a brand new channel that I've just started. Please show your support if you enjoy these videos and want to see more of them by going down there and subscribing and liking this video.
I seem to have quite a habit of falling over a little bit of the time. And it's not a good one. I seem to just slide on the court, my shoes losing a little bit of their grip. Quite a few matches actually. I think it's because I slide like this, kind of in the points, and that wears down the shoes, so I just kind of fall over. I'm quite glad that I kind of haven't injured myself in any of these matches or sessions doing that. You can see I get a break point here to go 4-1 up, and Josh putting in a great wide serve, just kind of neutralizing that break and hitting an ace straight after. After that, me putting in a great return and just mistiming that forehand. And what a difference that would have made. 4-1 on serve or 3-2 on serve, just the one break or the two, makes a huge difference in matches like this where it's a full third as well. Even though you have time, you really want to try and get on the board as quick as possible and finish, or at least get up against opponents like this, who have a high level, where most likely when they start really playing their game, or have a spell of a few games where they're playing really good, you don't want to be in a position where you're close enough to lose the match, basically, if that makes sense. You can see me here stepping on that forehand side. I think movement's been something I've been working on a lot, making sure that I'm not just moving laterally, I'm almost moving kind of diagonally around the court. So you can see on that ball, I'm kind of moving backwards, where I should be holding my line a little bit to try and get that ball back nice and deep instead of pulling off it. I tried to come to the net as much as possible. With this new racket, I actually didn't feel too comfortable coming forwards to the net. I do feel comfortable now, having played for it, or at the time of this voiceover recording. But during this match, with the first time we playing with the racket, it just felt a little bit off, a little bit clunky. But it was definitely something that in these UTR Pro events, that's great, because you get so many matches, you can really work on it. And I don't really find that there's that much pressure, as opposed to kind of an ATP or an ITF match where you're playing for ATP points. And as you can see here, these points were really long, really grindy. This is going to be a slightly longer extended highlights video with a 3-hour match to edit. These were some of the better points, and it's still coming out to a 25-minute video. So definitely some high-level tennis in this match. Josh just putting that ball long there, just traveling deep. And yeah, me serving for a chance to go 4-2 up here in this second set. in this first set. And Josh really doing a good job of pinning me to that backhand, getting me guessing the wrong way, trying to cover that backhand side, getting his own break point on my serve. Again, trying to target his forehand side, but just breaking down on that backhand side, being a little bit indecisive, I think that was. I think a lot of the time it's all about confidence, all about decision making. And sometimes, I make one decision and try and go the other way and try and outsmart myself a little bit, which you don't really want to be doing. Josh cruising through his service games. We're getting new balls at 9 and 11, I believe. So definitely wanted to take it at least to the 5-4 mark in this set to make sure that we get the new ball change. I would be serving with new balls at 5-4, so that's kind of what I was hoping for. I'm not actually thinking about that type of stuff too much in the match, only really at the changeovers. At points like this, at deuce, I'm really trying to focus on just making that return. Josh hitting a great second serve, and this call was absolutely horrendous by the umpire here. The ball was about a metre long and he's called it in. And that was actually a key game because, a second serve there is maybe allowing me to get another chance in that game. But me holding here, going 4-all, pretty uneventful game. And now we're kind of to the business end of this set where it's all about the hustle, all about what you've got under the pressure. I really tried to stay as solid as possible and not let myself be kind of dominated too much. You can see me here hitting a great lob, a little bit late maybe to come forwards, running around it again to try and get extra power, and him guessing the right way was just too good from him. Not much I can think about there. Going 30 love down with the brand new balls on serve was definitely a bummer. Just missed timing a few balls here and there, which was obviously very frustrating, and giving him 3 set points in this first set. And of course, for the confidence, this was frustrating after playing like an hour and a bit set. Just kind of throwing it away in 1 or 2 minutes was really kind of mentally tough, especially against such a strong opponent. We can take a look at some of the stats here. 51 minutes actually, that set felt like a lot longer. Putting in around 55% first serve percentage, which definitely needs to increase. Only about 60% of first serve points won. So I definitely think that I could do a slightly better job of winning more first serve points. So yeah, going into the second set, definitely wanted to try and keep that rhythm. I kept telling myself, look, this guy's a solid player. You kept up with him for the first 4 games, then got broken. Let's try and do that again in the second set, but this time just break him and hold on to the break and take it to a full third. I definitely think full third match experience was going to be so key from these tournaments, because obviously the only other time you see full thirds is in the main draw of ITF matches. And obviously with wanting to get top 1,000 and top 500 and top 100 eventually, those 3 setters are going to be absolutely crucial in my career. So playing, the more of them I can get under my belt, the earlier on, the better that's going to be for fitness, for confidence, for just for everything really. Decision making in the key moments, emotional control. But obviously I'd have to get there, and you can see the first few games of this second set were an absolute battle. Bit of fatigue kind of creeping in there at the end of that first game. But yeah, it was an absolute fight to kind of see who can hold on to their serve, basically, because we were almost breaking each other more than we were holding, which is quite unusual, to be honest. But I definitely think that I had the game. I felt like I had the game. In a lot of the matches I play, I feel like I have that confident game. I feel like I have that ability to be aggressive and hit my forehand and move my opponent. I just think sometimes I make decisions that are a bit too passive. So just really trying to be actively making good decisions was something I was really trying to think about, and making much higher first serve percentage and first ball percentage to make it difficult for my opponent, playing those percentages a little bit more. Even on that volley, just giving it a little bit of extra height to be safe. If he can manage to 1 out of 10 times run and hit a winner there, then I'd rather take that risk than go for a shot that I'm only going to make 7 or 8 times out of 10, if that makes sense. You can see I get a break point here, decide to be nice and aggressive on that forehand side, straight up the middle. Going up the middle on the second serve is always a key play that I like to run, and I recommend it to a lot of kind of amateur players as well. Just going big middle is such an effective serve return, especially on second serves. You're not hitting to a big target, but your opponent's basically got no angle. And here it's down to me to kind of try and serve out, kind of consolidate the break here, and definitely a bit kind of tentative, I want to say, to try to be too aggressive. I was trying to be aggressive, but not go for it too much, if that makes sense at the beginning of the set. It's very easy to have the confidence of a break and then say, let's go, all guns blazing. And just forehand travelling slightly long there, giving Josh a break point opportunity. A couple things that I definitely think I can clean up in my game to just prevent those opportunities from taking place a little bit more. That ball travelling long, a little bit of extra pop that I found on these rackets. Hence, I've added about 10-15 grams, which is quite a lot. So the ball is definitely flying a lot more. So definitely kind of had to deal with that a little bit and make sure that I was kind of adjusting accordingly on a lot of points, and also just making sure that I'm not being too hard on myself during a lot of these points. I think I changed rackets here, fresh set of strings, having kind of played for quite a few with the old ones, just wanted a little bit more control. Currently playing with Dunlop Explosive Bite on mains and gut on the crosses, playing at around 54, 57 tension in pounds. I put it up slightly higher if I'm in hot conditions, slightly lower in cold conditions like this. And I think that gave me a little bit of extra control in the second set to just put the ball a little bit more where I wanted and try and find a break and hold it out in this second set. Key point there, save. That would have been a tough spot to be in, 15-40, but managed to hold it out, and at 30 all coming up with a massive forehand line, some good confidence on that point coming through. Definitely a point that you want to win to make sure that your opponent isn't getting a break, and those kind of points where I'm being aggressive are the points confidence wise, which is so important, to have that confidence, to have that aggression, that killer instinct, I think personally, as opposed to just saying let's sit back and not miss, because against good players you need to be the one enforcing your game on them a lot of the time. Usually found at kind of a higher main draw futures level. Sometimes you can get away with it in quali, so it's an easy habit to slip into if, like myself, you're kind of playing qualies a lot of the weeks. It's a great tennis here by Josh, forcing me the same situation I was in earlier, to serve it out at 5-4. I was thinking to myself, look, I don't want to make the same mistake twice. I don't want to go down with a couple cheap points in this service game. So just going to stay nice and solid, look for my opportunities on the forehand side here, go nice and deep. And I think that I actually did that really well. I kind of teased him with that slice a little bit, slow down the tempo, mix it up. And then when I get my chance, open up to his forehand, run around the ball, go inside in, just keep him moving, and then come forward and finish. Great inside-out shot there from Josh, not making it easy for me to close out this game here at 5-4. Opting with that forehand up the line to his backhand, going middle on my backhand there. A little bit of a pushy point here, to be honest, watching it back. No, neither of us really wanting to miss. Josh going for the drop shot, me going with a nice angle. He can't quite get there. Back in it here at 5-all in the second set. And that game actually gave me a lot of confidence. I was able to do what I wasn't able to do in the previous set. So I almost felt like I had that extra edge, that I could win this set and eventually go and win this match, which gave me a lot more confidence in the actual points to try and win them. Basically, coming forwards was also working well. I began to just get into that flow state a little bit. Of course, was still making some mistakes, like this backhand line was the right decision, the right call, but just didn't get enough lift on it. And once again forced to try and serve it out to take it to a tiebreak here. But a lot more encouraging signs, and I definitely think that was something that was allowing me to play much better tennis, getting the right way there. Of course, also helping, and a chance here to take it to a second set tiebreak in this match. And there we go, we're into a second set tiebreak. I knew, Felix, this was going to be all about the hustle, all about finding a way to win ugly, basically. I know Josh isn't going to give me 3 points. I'm going to have to really play my game here, force the error basically with long rallies or good shots. Josh going for the aggressive ball there, putting the trigger a little bit maybe preemptively. I managed to hit my first ace of the match probably, actually, so I'm happy with that. And I said, let's just go for a mini break here, let's try and get one on the board, force him to kind of come to the net. He always came to the net in the big points, couldn't put that volley away, and actually managed to get a double mini break here at 5-2. A really huge opportunity on this point specifically. I think I was a little bit eager to do a bit too much with the ball. You can see that forehand not quite where I wanted it. That backhand just hitting the top of the net tape, trying to go back cross. But here at 6-3, solid serve up the tee. Decided to hit the drive volley, which I don't usually do. Managed to win that set 7-6, and we're through to a full third. 60-something minutes in that set. 70% first serve percentage, so you can see I really fixed up that first serve. Something, always thinking in the match about how you can improve what you're doing, super important, I think personally. If you take a look at the second serve, points won, Josh doing a very good job on his second serve. We both managed to win upwards of 70% this time on first serve, so we both put in a much stronger serving performance. And actually both saving the same amount of break points, 67%, pretty solid. And again, first serve return points won, again, very similar. So definitely a much closer set. I knew that this third set was going to be a grind. Obviously, knowing he has more experience isn't something you really want to think about, but it was in the back of my head. Having played college matches, always a third set. Definitely was up on me in experience compared to my, I think I played one full third set, maybe two. So definitely wanted to make sure that I didn't have a repeat of my Kuwait first round match where I lost 6-1 in the third. A brutal match that I ended up losing. And so at the beginning of this set, I'm just saying, look, let's just win one game at a time. Let's just try and play calm, collected. Managed to win that point there off a drop shot, get on the board. Good job. And, on his service game, try and find a break. Josh really raised his level of serving in this third set. He really began to kind of put the pressure on me in a way, hit some great depth, deep balls like that. And I think that I was beginning to feel the fatigue a little bit. I try not to think about it too much, but in this service game here, I really began to make a few errors that I wouldn't usually make. I was still playing some great tennis, don't get me wrong, but I think it was beginning to creep in a little bit, and points like that are what I need to be doing slightly more. So you can see me here, chance to go 2-1 up on serve, being a little bit kind of complacent on that first backhand, running around, winning a decent inside-in ball actually. Deciding to go back behind, maybe should have gone to his forehand. That backhand, just mistiming it slightly, him getting me on the run. Doing a good job defensively and just putting that backhand into that, a bit of a mistime. Those kind of mistimes creeping in slightly more and more the more fatigued I was getting. And Josh began to really crunch the ball a little bit, play super smart, just bide his time. I was looking to be aggressive and he just kind of neutralized really well, stepped up to that backhand, took off the angle, great play from him. He's got a chance here to break at the beginning of this third to really put the pressure on me to try and find a way, and I just sail that backhand long. I wish I'd hit that forehand during the point. But yeah, from here it became a little bit of a, I don't want to say landslide, but he began to win his service games much more comfortably. You can tell he was a lot more confident, and I really had to dig deep mentally to find a way out of it, because I could feel it slipping away. It wasn't that I was actively trying to kind of trying to lose, obviously not, but I could just tell, I'm making more mistakes and making worse decisions. You can see him here up a break, feeling the ball a lot better than I am, and these are the times in the matches where you've really got to think, okay, go back to the basics. And I actually did think about that match I played in Kuwait. I'd lost it 6-1. I thought, I can't have a repeat of that match. That would show that I haven't really learnt anything. I haven't kind of actively gone and made changes, which I felt like I had physically. So I definitely wanted to win this service game to force Josh to serve it out. I go 30-15 down here. I actually think I go 40-15 down here. Josh, great ball up the line, putting some pressure on me, and I've got 2 match points down here in this third set. Definitely no pressure, Josh just missing that ball, putting in a solid serve here. Definitely wanted to force him to serve it out. I knew that he loved coming forward to the net in the key moments, which I actually prefer when my opponent tries to come forwards in key moments, because I feel like I'm better at passing under pressure than I am kind of winning the point from the baseline. So I was happy when I hit that kind of forehand and it didn't come back to take it to 5-2. And these points, was just important for me to try and get him in and just try and finish it here. As you can see, going straight at him, going past him, just trying to figure out a way of closing out this game to really then serve to get it back to 5-4. Great backhand, short angle pass, and here we go, 5-3. We're kind of almost back in this one, just a single break in it now, and I began to feel it. I began to have the kind of an energy surge almost. I did turn off on this ball. That is unacceptable. I'm not really sure what's gone on in my head there. I feel like I've already won the point. He's walking to the chair, and he actually goes match point up, which is kind of embarrassing. I actually thought I was going to lose it here and it would be like a stupid ending to a match. He hits that great ball on the line, just pure hustle for myself to just get the ball back. I knew he was going to come forwards, just overshaping that ball line. I get a chance here to close it out, to go 5-4. Josh putting that backhand into the net, and I'm right back in it here. Unfortunately for me, it was new balls here. So Josh is now serving with new balls. He maintained his aggression very well, to credit where credit's due. I tried to hustle as much as possible, not doing a good enough job. I didn't really want to miss. I wanted to make him play. But he served it out really well, 40-15 up, and there, solid service point to take the match. So unfortunately, a 3-hour battle, which I ended up losing, but a great match nonetheless. Go watch the full video on our YouTube channel. There'll be a link down in the description.
So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the extended highlights. Like I said, if you want to go and watch the full video, head over to the Tennis Brothers YouTube channel or click the link in the description to go and check it out. Thank you guys for helping support this channel. You guys have done an amazing job so far already. If you want to help that and you haven't already, please go down there and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.